This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good evening, Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for November 9, 2022. And in the news this evening, chef's decomposing body found in Hanover, husband in custody. A man is now in police custody after being named a suspect in the death of his wife in Logwood District, Hanover. The decomposing body of 35-year-old Judine Smith Grayson, otherwise called Youthman and Red Root, a chef of Logwood District, was found at her home on Tuesday. The police say residents described smelling a foul odor coming from her house and summoned them about 12:15 p.m. The police found Smith Grayson's body on the floor with several stab wounds. Following several leads and police operations to apprehend Smith Grayson's husband, he turned himself into the Maypen police in Clarendon early Wednesday morning. The police say arrangements are being made for him to be interviewed. Police seeking man who used the robbery victim's bank card at ATM. Detectives assigned to the Halfway Tree Criminal Investigations Branch are seeking the public's assistance in locating a man who allegedly robbed two women and used one of their bank cards at an automated teller machine. They say he is wanted in connection with robbery with aggravation and unauthorized access to computer data. A media release from the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Corporate Communications Unit say the man was among a group of men traveling in a white Toyota Probox motorcar with red registration plates purporting to be a taxi on August 18. It says two women boarded the vehicle and were reportedly robbed of their cellular phones and cash. The men allegedly took one of the women's debit card, demanded her personal identification number, and withdrew $100,000 from her account via an ATM. The police say closed-circuit television footage from the ATM captured the man's image during the withdrawal. Anyone with information who may be able to assist the police in locating the man is asked to contact the Halfway Tree CIB at 876-926-8185, Police 119 emergency number, or Crime Stop at 311. JDF officer in sexual misconduct scandal back in Jamaica. The senior military officer at the center of the unfolding sex scandal in the Jamaican Army is back in the country, law enforcement sources have revealed. He reportedly returned last weekend. On Tuesday, the news submitted questions to the Jamaica Defense Force seeking confirmation that the officer was in Jamaica. All witnesses are now available to the JDF's investigating officer to allow for the completion of the investigation, Army spokesman Lieutenant Nathan Curtis said in an email response on Wednesday. Curtis, however, sidestepped questions about whether the police have been called in to probe the allegations. As the investigations progress, all complainants are advised of their right to make a report to the police, he said. The accused Army officer was attending a military training course in the United Kingdom. At least a dozen female soldiers have accused him of various acts of sexual misconduct, including rape, groping, and unwanted advances, sources previously told the news. The JDF later confirmed that it is conducting a sexual harassment investigation, but denied that it involved 16 complainants. A 2006 claim by a then Army major that she was raped by a lower-ranked officer while they were on an overseas training course will also form part of the investigation, JDF boss Antoinette Wims Gorman has said. Spice postponed the Cayman Islands concert, other shows in limbo. Dancehall artist Spice has instructed her booking agent Ray Alexander to postpone her next concert tape measure, which was scheduled to be held in the Cayman Islands. She told me to contact the organizers on Sunday to postpone the concert because she would not be able to make the show based on her current status, Ray Alexander, Spice booking agent, told the news on Wednesday. He said that he is awaiting further instructions from Spice with regards to other upcoming events scheduled for December this year. Spice will give me further instructions based on her ongoing status in the coming weeks, Alexander said. He did not disclose any details about Spice's current medical condition or whether she was still in the Dominican Republic. Rumors on Spice's medical condition circulated last week following unspecified complications after a surgical procedure in the Spanish-speaking country. The concert promoters, Start the Fun Entertainment, made the announcement on Instagram on Tuesday, giving a cryptic reason for the postponement, stating that the cause is a recent occurrence which is beyond our control. We regret to inform you that the Spice concert tape measure will be postponed for a later date. Please note that the event is not cancelled. There will only be a change of date which we will soon give an update of, the statement said. Tape Measure is a risque song from Spice's saxophone album, Emancipated, which was released in August. Westmoreland Carpenter charged with alleged rape of 9-year-old girl. A 35-year-old carpenter from Westmoreland has been charged with the alleged rape of a 9-year-old girl from the parish. The accused has been identified as Lynching Spence, otherwise called Biggs, of a Fort William district in the parish. Spence was charged by the police on Monday. Reports from the police are that the 9-year-old girl was at home with other relatives, along with Spence, who is a family friend. The report said shortly after, the relatives received the news about the death of the child's mother and went to verify the news. The complainant was then left in the care of the accused. Subsequently, Spence reportedly had a sexual intercourse with the child against her will. A report was made to the police and a statement was recorded which named Spence as the culprit. He later turned himself in at the Savannah Lamar police station, where he was subsequently charged. Police hunt for missing 18-year-old student. The police are on the hunt for missing 18-year-old student Shantoya Hall of Mount Lebanon in Mavis Bank, St. Andrew. According to the Mavis Bank police, Hall was last seen about 5:30 a.m. on Tuesday when she left home for school. She was reported missing after unsuccessful efforts in locating her. Hall is of brown complexion, slim build, and about 155 centimeters or 5 feet 1 inch tall, and has the name Akeem tattooed on her left hand. She was last seen wearing a white blouse, gray skirt, black shoes, and white socks. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Shantoya Hall is asked to contact the Mavis Bank Police at 876-977-8004, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Taxi groups says members frustrated with a system to apply for gas grants. At least the 2 taxi associations say their members were left frustrated with the application system for the $25,000 gas relief grant for public passenger vehicle operators announced in March to cushion the rising cost of fuel. The Jamaica Association of Transport Owners and Operators and the National Council of Taxi Associations say their members are still interested in receiving the grant and are calling for corrective measures to the application process. Speaking with the news on Wednesday morning, JATU Vice President Everton Stiles said 95% of the association's members were told that they had no road license, rendering them ineligible to receive the grant.
The operators who got that error message and contacted the Ministry of Finance, they would have been told that the Transport Authority is where they get their cue from. The information is sent to the Transport Authority, who would vet it and tell them which applicant or application is valid. Now, said persons would have also contacted the Transport Authority, and it's a reverse. It is the information was sent to the ministry, and the ministry, nobody knows what the ministry does with the data, the database that was sent to them. And you know, they send the operators to and from.
Alan Blair, president of the National Council of Taxi Associations, said he is among the thousands of disappointed taxi operators who have been unable to access the grant. Mr. Blair said his members were told that their taxpayer registration numbers were incorrect and that those who received text messages to collect their grants at a remittance agency were left disappointed as there was no money.
I would advise the minister to look at the system. I don't know if it is a technical one. I am not sure if the information coming over from the Transport Authority to the Ministry of Finance, if there is a challenge there, because as far as I know, the information would come from the Transport Authority to the Ministry. So I don't know if the collaboration there is having technical glitches, but I would want to ask him to look into the matter because a lot of persons are feeling cheated. I myself, as I said, having experiencing that same problem. I don't get it because the system is saying I don't have a PPE license, when indeed I have.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.